All right, we are on air. Happy May. It is May the 4th. I will avoid making any bad Star Wars jokes, although I really want to. We're Backdrop outreach, things we're supposed to be doing to make people talk about Backdrop. We are currently working on updating the main website. Wes is working on a new theme that'll include our new homepage and drop-down menu stuff. I'm currently pushing some changes to the modules page, which I opened an issue for a couple months ago, and Gregory came in and made all changes that did in order to do my, since he did that up. So I'm just kind of making the releases pages a little easier for people to read and understand, like which content is related to a particular release, and then how to download a different release if they want that one instead. We have a couple of other items, like building out the showcase, which I would love to see, which is, it's mostly done on the current theme. Wes is looking at the new theme, so I'm tentative to jump into that until we get all the new theme stuff done. The things I'm pushing for, like modules page, are just tiny updates, and I'm okay with that. But I don't want to design a whole new section if we're going to have a whole new theme in a minute. So that's kind of on hold until the new theme comes out. But if it looks like that's going to take too long, we can change the order around of those things. And Tom, I know you worked on a whole bunch of new content for the new homepage design, which is fantastic. Are they currently nodes on backdropcms.org that got updated? I think that's...
Yeah, they were nodes that were there. I think the fields were just hidden.
Okay. So we'll build a view, and then Wes can drop that into the new theme as he's working on that and make sure that it looks and works as he intended. Cool. Let's see. We also have this great content strategy map that the folks at Fast Interactive created for us to help us figure out what kinds of content we want, and then what mediums we want to use to distribute that content. And Graham wrote this fantastic blog post, which is currently on the blog, about the state of Contrib. And so our next newsletter is going to take some of that content from his blog post. You can hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know what happened there, but we'll just try and keep going. I'm going to, instead, because my video seems to be not working, I'm going to try and do a screen share of the agenda instead.
Okay.
Let's see. Screen share. There we go. All right, can you see that?
Yes, I can.
Okay. All right, so content strategy map is great. We're trying to figure out what content we can do in a newsletter this month for the month of May. I was thinking we could do a sort of a modified version of the Contrib blog post that's on our site. But Tom, now that you wrote this blog post about DrupalCon, I thought we might also include a paragraph in the newsletter that talked about the DrupalCon wrap up and send people to that post as well. So when we first started working on the newsletter, that didn't exist yet. Now I'm like, let's put that in there too. So we'll see. Okay. It's not in the draft, but we can add it. And then Backdrop 1.7 comes out this month on the 15th, but usually what happens is we give ourselves a week or two to catch any bugs that might be in that new version before we send the newsletter. So I'm scheduling the 1.7 newsletter to go out around June 1st, and that'll give us some time to send the May newsletter this month and then the June newsletter next month, and we'll also be able to get both out with different content. Does that sound reasonable?
Yeah, sounds good.
So I think the next blog post we have on our schedule, if nothing else happens, oh, actually, speaking of something else happening, this week is CivvyCon. And so there might be some good stuff that comes out of that conference. Like we might want to wrap up blog post this week too, or next week. And so if that happens, then those will come up before the 1.7 release blog post, which usually happens on the day that 1.7 is released. However, since you're here, Tom, and you did such a good job on the 1.6 release blog post, since we know the features that are going to be in 1.7, we could probably start working on that in draft format now if you needed something else to do. And that's just where we kind of look at the list of features that have been merged and take screenshots of them and then kind of drop them into the blog post and be like, look at all the shiny new stuff that went into 1.7. And in this case, we don't have a lot of like crazy new features, but we have a lot of stuff that's going to be aesthetically exciting to people, like all of the redesigned interfaces. So I think that might be great fodder for screenshots and blog post. So if you're interested in starting on that, we've got a couple weeks before we need it.
Sure, I can knock that out.
That would be great. And then we also have been talking about creating videos. I don't think we have any new videos yet, but I know that I saw, I think it was Olaf said he was going to jump into some of the video. Like I made a list of things that might be good to have videos for, and he was like, oh yeah, I can do those, and grabbed one, which I thought was fantastic. So we'll keep our eyes open for that. And then we haven't started advertising yet, but I think we have a pretty good plan in place for when we want to start, how we would do it. We just need to figure out a realistic budget and timing for when that budget might make the most sense. So for when spending the budget might make sense. So that's all I have for outreach this week. Great conversations on Twitter since DrupalCon, people trying Backdrop and being impressed by how pretty it is, which is good. And then a lot of good conversations from people who are already using it about things they like and things they want to see more of. So yeah, good job on the tweeting, everybody. Yeah, thanks again, Tom, for the blog post. Do you have anything else we should talk about relating to outreach in today's meeting?
I don't know.
Okay. So let's go ahead and wrap the meeting then, and I want to finish my website updates before the dev meeting. So
sounds good.
All right. See you in half an hour.
All right. Bye.
Bye.